Yeah, hi once again. This is Glory Dawn 3. Happy Sunday, okay? Today I will be talking about the importance of testimony, okay? The importance of testimony, or you can say the importance of thanksgiving, okay? That's what I will be talking about today. There is need for men and women to testify of what the Lord has done for them. There is also need for men and women to be grateful and to be thankful for what God has done for them. Okay? That's what God wants us to do by testifying. You're spreading the gospel. Yes, is another way of spreading the gospel, telling people about Jesus. Now, quickly, I will take my text, from the book of Luke 8:26 to 39, Matthew 8 from 28 to 34, and Mark chapter 5 from verse 1 to 20. Okay? This is the account of Jesus healing a man that was living among the tombs. You get this one? Mark 5, okay? The encounter, he had an encounter with Jesus. Jesus had an encounter with this man. Okay? He had an unclean spirit. And this man lived among the burial graves. So after Jesus healed him, he wanted, this man, after Jesus healed him, we know this storyline, a lot of men and women. After Jesus healed him, casted out the unclean spirit out of him, this man wanted to follow Jesus, to become his, followers, to become one of his disciples. But Jesus told him to go home and show himself to his people. Oh yes, there are people that Jesus healed, they just follow Jesus. Jesus didn't say anything. But in the case of this man, this particular man that was, that lived among the burial graves, that had what? He lives among the tombs, okay? That's graveyard. He had an unclean spirit. This unclean spirit drove him out of his father's house, drove him out of his city, drove him out of, anything that has to do with habitations of men, and took him to the graveyard. And that was where he lived. And Jesus came, he had an encounter with Jesus, and Jesus delivered this man from this unclean spirit. But in the essence, he wanted to appreciate what Jesus has done for him by trying to follow Jesus. A lot of men and women are like this man. Whatever Jesus has done for them, they appreciate, they are grateful, they are following Jesus. But in the case of this man, there are people like that, right? Whenever you have an encounter with Jesus, and there is something that Jesus did for you, everybody, like I said, whatever be the element, whatever be the sickness, whatever be